Hey, you, come over here.
Pay attention, slut.
Okay.
Pay attention, fat boy.
Okay.
I know you gonna dig this.
Oh my God, no way.
He likes the way I talk, and I like the way he talks.
And that's the way the news goes.
Challenge you on one of the statements that you made in the tail end of the campaign in the midterms. That
here we go.
If you don't mind, Mr. President,
come on.
that this caravan was an invasion. As you know, Mr. President,
I consider it to be an invasion.
As you know, Mr. President, the caravan was not an invasion. It's a group of migrants moving up from Central America towards the border with the U.S.
Thank you for telling me that. I appreciate it.
Why did you characterize it as such?
Because I consider it an invasion. You and I have a difference of opinion.
But do you think that you demonized immigrants in this election to try to keep...
I want them to come into the country, but they have to come in legally. You know, they have to come in, Jim, through a process. I want it to be a process, and I want people to come in, and we need the people.
Your campaign...
Wait. You know why we need the people, don't you? Because we have hundreds of companies moving in. We need the people.
Right. But your campaign had an ad showing migrants climbing over walls and so on.
Well, that's true. But they weren't actors.
They're not going to be doing that.
They weren't actors. Well, no, it's true. Do you think they were actors? They weren't actors. They didn't come from Hollywood. Right. These were people. This was an actual, you know, it happened a few days ago. And
they're hundreds of miles away, though. They're hundreds and hundreds of miles away. That's not an invasion.
Honestly, I think you should let me run the country. You run CNN.
All right.
And if you did it well, your ratings would be much better.
If I may ask one other question, if I may ask one other question, are you worried?
That's enough. That's enough.
Mr. President, I
was
going to ask one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am. Mr. President,
that's enough.
I saw the statement on my phone from Sarah Sanders that my press credentials were being revoked. I thought, well, maybe I'll get inside the White House for one more live shot on your show, and at that point, I was simply blocked from entering the facility. As a matter of fact, there was an officer who stood in front of the doorway to the security booth that I've gone through every day for the last, or every working day that I come to the White House for the last 5 years. So it was a pretty surreal experience. And I never thought in this country that I wouldn't be able to go and cover the President of the United States simply because I was trying to ask a question. Why do you mind? I mean,
I was just told to do it.
Okay, well, I have every right to record this. This is Jim Acosta. I am in front of the White House. Secret Service officer is asking for my hard pass. Obviously, no hard feelings to the officer, but I am now giving my hard pass to the Secret Service. So, do you want to take it off the lanyard there? Or? Sure.
It's been here for a while, huh?
Well, yeah, I've been working at the White House for 5 years, covering 2 administrations. So, yeah, it's been in that thing for a while.
Put this back here for you.
All right. Thank you for your service, officer.
Will never tolerate a reporter placing his hands on a young woman just trying to do her job as a White House intern. This conduct is completely unacceptable. It appears that Sarah Huckabee Sanders has shared a doctored video of the microphone struggle in an effort to justify taking Acosta's press credentials away. Okay, well, there was a video editor who wanted to show that the video that Sarah Huckabee Sanders had shared on Twitter was doctored. Raphael Shamunov, he said that he took the White House video and then he tinted it red, made transparent over original. So what we're gonna show you is gonna be his proof that it was doctored, okay? Red is when someone doctored video speed. So whoever did this doctored video sped it up to make it appear as if the interaction was more aggressive than it really was. It made it look like possibly Acosta had touched her. None of that really happens, and you're gonna see it in just a second. It was sped up to make Jim Acosta's motion look like a chop, and that is not what he actually did. He said, I've edited for 15 plus years, the White House shared a doctored video. So again, you're gonna see the red portion, that is the part that's being specified by this video editor. Let's take a look.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am. Mr. President, it's one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am. Mr. President, it's one of the other folks.
That's enough.
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 Mr. President, I had one other question, if I may ask, on the Russia investigation. Are you concerned that you may have?
I'm not concerned about anything with the Russian investigation because it's a hoax. That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about indictments coming down in this investigation?
Mr. President.
I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN. Go ahead.
I think that's unfair.
You're a very rude person. The way you treat Sarah Huckabee is horrible. And the way you treat other people are horrible. You shouldn't treat people that way. Go ahead. Go ahead, Peter. Go ahead.
In Jim's defense, I've traveled with him and watched him. He's a diligent reporter who busts his butt.
Well, I'm not
like
a big
the rest
fan of yours either, so
I understand.
To be honest.
So let me ask you a question if I can. You repeatedly said...
You aren't the best.
Mr. President, you repeatedly, over the course of the...
Okay, just sit down, please. Well, when you report fake news, when you report fake news, which CNN does a lot, you are the enemy of the people. Go ahead.
Mr. President.
Peter, what are you trying to be him? Sit down, Peter. You just have to sit down, please. Sit down. I didn't call you. I didn't call you. I didn't call you. I'll give you voter suppression. Take a look at the CNN polls, how inaccurate they were. That's called voter suppression. Very hostile. It's such a hostile media. It's so sad. You ask me about, no, you rudely interrupted him. You rudely interrupted him.
You called yourself a nationalist. Some people saw that as emboldening white nationalists. Now people are also
I don't
saying
know why you'd
that
say
the
that.
president.
That's such a racist
There are
question.
some people that say that now the Republican Party is seen as supporting white nationalists because of your rhetoric. What do you make of that?
I don't believe it. I don't know. Why do I have my highest poll numbers ever with African Americans? Why do I have among the highest poll numbers with African Americans? I mean, why do I have my highest poll numbers? That's such a racist question. Honestly, I mean, I know you have it written down and you're going to tell me. Let me tell you, it's a racist question.